Tonight, for the first time in 23 weeks, the Sausage Fest ends. Casual Coops contemplates throwing another shrimp on the Barbie. Pogo Milo UK dreams of a Vegemite sandwich. Masterful 27 couldn't give a Castlemaine 4X. And I wonder what the hell happened to Skippy. Welcome to Incensed, a Pokemon GO podcast. Guys, how are we all doing?
Pretty good.
That intro was so good, Coops' camera's died.
Oh, that's it.
It has.
I think we've given the guest away already, haven't we?
Yeah.
Coops, let's get straight to it, man. Let's introduce our guest.
Yeah, do you know what, right? I love it. For Reversal's episode and now Zoe's, they both spoke before their intro. I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. Zoe, you can say hello and then I'll do my intro.
G'day, mates, etc. And other Australian greetings. Hello. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, my Lord. I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to do the little intro thing. Oh.
Was it Australian enough, Zoe?
That was, you hit all of the points. I'm especially triggered about the shrimp on the Barbie, so you've excelled. You have achieved, yes. You didn't say Foster's was Australian for beer, but I guess you guys would understand that is the worst beer in the world.
Just wait till you view the trailer shortly.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No, wait. So this was funny because obviously I was supposed to do like your actual proper private intro just all about you, but because you brought that up and we're going to do this live on the podcast, Ian did send you a trailer. It's going to be released on our Twitter at Incensed Podcast and we want you to watch it live right now.
Okay.
Obviously all of the listeners, when they're listening, it'll be out and they would have seen it on Twitter, but we want you to watch it right now live and give us your reaction and we want a rating out of 10.
And we apologise in advance.
And we want individual grades as well, so.
Okay. I'll get like the marking scores down. Okay.
All
Do we
right.
want to click play at the
Mine
same
can
time
be a
together,
minus.
or I'm just going to go?
No, we're watching you.
Just
This
go
is
in.
all on you. Here we go.
3,
Take it
2,
away.
1. Watching Incensed. Oh God, we got Uluru as the start. Let's go. Yep. Kangaroos, good stuff. I've got no audio. Oh no. Why can't I hear this?
Ian has deliberately sabotaged it.
No.
Yeah.
Surely not
He
because
sent
it's...
over the
I sent the real one. I did send the real one, I promise.
Yeah. Okay, we're on. We've got the audio.
Oh dear.
You said Kookaburra correctly. Where are you on a cliff, Milo? No, he's got a Foster's. That's outstanding. What is there anything on the barbecue, or is this an after sound effect? This is going to come into your grade. There is a shrimp. Okay.
It was actually just a sound effect. It was just a sound effect.
I'll pay it though. Oh my Lord, boys. Beautiful. The bow's outstanding. I love it. We've got an AFL jersey. What has got this dedication? Good Lord. And a cliff. 10 out of 10.
Milo actually climbed a mountain just to film that scene for you.
Yeah, literally. Like, that's a stunning view. Far out.
That's actually the mountain that he's on. It's actually Ayers Rock.
It is.
That's, well, you're getting a fine in the mail for that, first of all.
So our overall rating is a 10 out of 10, yeah?
Literally, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome.
The effort is outstanding. Costuming on point. Hair and makeup, wonderful.
We'll
Props
take that.
department
We'll take
gets
that.
a pay rise. Let's go.
Listen, I struggled to...
We all went with the purple bow as well.
Yeah, it's matched, like, all colour coordinated.
Wait, I struggled to put the fucking thing in the air. I've got no hair. I couldn't
You've got
Stick
no
it to
hair,
your
that's why.
He's got no video at the moment on my screen. I don't know, let alone no hair. I mean,
So Zoe, just quickly, before we crack on, talking of AFL, do you actually like AFL?
AFL? I don't really watch sport. I appreciate it and the skill and all that jazz, but
She's not a Swanee.
no, sorry. I feel like AFL would be more interesting to watch though than just regular footy because it's a bit more dynamic. Like it's got a bit more going on, but I would if I was at a physical game, I would watch whatever, but the TV perspective, it always throws me off. I'm like, is the ball going forwards or backwards? I can't tell. Not quite my vibe. So,
fair enough.
All respect.
But you're in good company because Milo and I aren't really sporty people either.
I'd rather watch paint dry, personally.
Milo.
don't like that, Milo. Come on.
Marky boy, was the jersey you had on, was it the Sydney Swans one?
It was by Carlton Blues.
It's like
Carlton Blues.
Yeah.
I'm gutted. I was hoping to sing some cheer, the red and the white, but we'll save it for another.
For our Australian listeners, it is "We Are the Navy Blues." We are the great old mighty. We didn't really sing it a lot the year I was out there. They lost every game, I think. I saw them play. But I had you as a Newcastle Jets fan, Zoe. I thought you were into Newcastle Jets.
Oh gosh,
go the Jets!
Woo, up the Jets!
Up the Jets!
Yeah, the squadron, all that jazz. I mean, I've been to a few of their games and stuff back in the day. I don't know. I've never really gotten super into. Yeah, I've always played sport and stuff. Played soccer for 6 years and stuff. But
So if you look to Ian and Milo now and how bored they are, that's how you feel
they're
about
checking out. Milo's looking to his ceiling, just hoping there's some paint drying up there to watch.
I'm going to get my paintbrushes.
He actually was. But Zoe, on behalf of me and the boys, we really appreciate you coming on.
Definitely.
And we know it's early for you. We know it's 7 a.m. for you right now in New South Wales. So thank you so much. But listeners, it is that time to pop an incense. And please do let us know on Twitter at Incensed. Oh, we got the live jingle. If you do manage to get a shiny or a good IV, to get a feature on my favourite segment at the end of the show, #Shinies. It's my favourite segment.
Verify the spelling.
Hey.
There you go.
I swear to God, this podcast is soon just going to be fucking sound bites, isn't it? It's literally...
If I get my way, mate.
But yeah, you know the drill, guys. Tag us on Twitter, #Shinies of the Week, #Incense Podcast. And yeah, we'll all be there to see what you got.
Sick. I haven't gotten any, so I mean, that's spoiler alert. So, but you at home, get your shinies.
Yes.
Share 'em.
Pop an incense. Get through that first page of the new shitty research.
Yes.
Yeah, get the first 2 minutes of it.
It might be the incense day for a few people, so good luck with your whatever the fuck is spawning.
Oh, this goes live Sunday, so yes.
Some shitty psychic ghosts and dart types really is what it looked like, to be honest.
It's uninspiring, isn't it? It is uninspiring. Yeah, we'll probably be playing it.
Give me LGM off my incense.
Gimme.
Listen, don't diss LGM. It's good for PvP.
I was going to say, don't tell me it's a GBL thing, because you can shut the fuck up.
No, bro, it's actually not. On my mother's life, it's actually not. It's actually not.
My new team is an
on that
LGM
note-
core.
Ian!
Wow.
You said the words, Coops. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Well,
Zoe, before we move on to the getting to know you, do you GBO? You're gonna say a big fat no?
Casually, yes. Last season I got to rank 19 last season.
Okay.
I'm pretty staunchly only using things that I like though. I won't use just because it's meta sort of thing. I don't want to be sitting there with a bloody Bastiodon. Because I don't want to look at the back end of a Bastiodon for 5 minutes sort of thing. I kind of stick to when you play the main series games, you pick up Pokemon that you like. Unless you're hardcore or something. You pick up your mates and you battle through the lands. I try to do the same with GBL. It's I use Licky Tongue, which thankfully is relevant now. It's a bit of a unit. Or Mawile and stuff. I just weird, silly things using the regionals. But kind of having a bit of flavour. But making sure I don't just stick stuff on the team just because it's Medicham is really good. It's I don't care about thick thighs Medicham on my team. I'm fine.
Fair enough. You just destroyed the whole of GBL in the round, didn't
Well done, thank you.
Hey, if someone else loves it, they can go for gold. If someone wants to optimize their strat, go for it. But it's not my flavor. Yeah.
Rest in peace, PvP corner.
I died a quick death.
I was gonna get Zoe to sing the jingle of PvP corner. Maybe not now, eh?
No, it's not gonna happen.
What's the jingle for that? No one cares, no one cares.
Fix the bugs. Fix the bugs.
Lag.
I lagged out. Shield glitch.
I've just realised
I love it.
I completely forgot to ask what everyone's drinking. Sorry, I just looked at the show notes.
Ian just threw a jingle out there without actually finishing off the bit before it. So yeah.
No.
Hey, when we're talking about PvP, it's not an aside segment.
But yeah, anyway, Zoe, you're drinking coffee, right? Yeah, cool. Mark, do you want to carry on?
Wow.
Yeah, what's your trio?
Stovetop Italian.
Coffee as well.
Yay.
Coffee and water. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm on the water as
It's
well.
double parked.
I have 1.5 Peronis
Where's the other half?
inside of me. I was factually correct.
You do realise that's going to be clipped for next week.
Yes.
I'm prepared.
When you said that, Mike, I could only see one of the half physical bottles. That's what threw me there, mate. Jesus Christ.
I mean, two things. What size of Peroni bottle do you think I'm drinking from? And secondly, what's wrong with you, man?
You said it, dude. You said it.
I'm buzzing
my
for that
God.
soundbite, though. I'm buzzing for that soundbite. Yeah.
Just every week from now on, it's just like inside me. And remember to pump an incense inside me, like just for the rest of time.
problem is, though, you've
That
now said it
soundbite.
as well.
Oh no! Shit. I mumbled. I made sure to mumble on that one. No clear audio.
I love the fact Zoe knows what Ian's like with the fucking soundboard.
Yeah.
She's like, he's going to be doing
I
it
honestly
after
been
everything.
thinking about that for like 2 weeks. I'm like, what am I going to say that's going to become part of the soundboard? Like, genuinely.
The podcast is just a
I'm, like,
minefield, the
sweating.
whole thing.
It could be the most innocent thing.
Spaghetti.
It will make it work.
That's now on the soundboard.
No, literally, just go for it.
Oh no,
and
of course. I'm
no
not.
regrets.
It's going to be like a persistent meme no matter what it is. So I'm here for it. I'm just curious, horrified and curious.
So anyway, we're heading back to Mark for...
That's a lovely jingle, Ian. Thank you very much. So, the getting to know you for our regular listeners, we mix this up quite a bit, but I'm going back to basics this week. I'm just going to ask a simple question to get to know you all a bit better. And God, we've asked a few, haven't we, over the last 30 weeks.
Yep.
Jinx, touch wood.
What?
You both said 30 at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what you
jinx,
do, didn't you?
jit.
Yeah, you see, touch wood, yeah.
So, we're going to go really simple, really easy. The question is, what is your favourite film? Something nice and basic, but actually...
Hold on. We've got Zoe too. Oh, okay, you think that's cool? Okay, fine. We'll go with it.
Oh, sorry, Coops. Okay, fucking hell.
Like Coops is going to come like smashing through the wall with like, I've got a better idea than your favourite film.
Yeah.
Screw cinema. I've got a far better question.
Yeah, fuck AMC.
What's your favourite GBL Great League team?
What I'd just like to let the listeners know is that before we started the recording, I actually let the guys know what that question was, and Coop says, "No, that's a good question, actually." So interesting how he changes.
I did not.
Gaslit.
So
by
sit
Coops.
back in your place, Coops.
Back in your place, Coops.
Shots fired, Coops.
No one's ever put you in your place for the previous 29 weeks. We're gonna have a bloody go tonight.
Let's go, boys. Let's gang up. I'm here to support you. Telling Coops to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You lot would be lost without me. Trust me, you lot would be lost without me.
You flatter yourself.
So the question in the getting to know you round is, would we be lost without Coops?
Do you think that should be a poll, Mark?
Oh yeah.
Listen. Listen. I wouldn't do that if I were you. He's going to do it.
He's going to do
You know
it.
it.
Let's go to the question. I mean, what's your favourite film? Someone go first, because mine will embarrass me.
We're very lucky that I decided to think about this actual thing a few weeks ago. I was like, what is my favourite film? So this is perfectly timed. I'm prepared for once in my life.
It's a good question, a really good question.
Yeah, well, it comes up so often and I'm like, I don't know what I like. I'm going to go with Jurassic Park.
Ooh, classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Solid.
Like, absolute, like you can watch it multiple times a year and it doesn't get old. Strong cast, fun characters, dinosaurs eat people. Score is amazing. 10 out of 10.
John
Lots of
Williams,
like, you know.
yeah, absolutely amazing
Exactly.
score, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, so I finally have an answer. Plus, dinosaurs are sick.
Damn right. I think my favourite movie would be Baby Driver.
That is cool.
Because
I haven't
for me,
seen
I
that
love
still.
I love cars. So car chases, it's got fantastic humour, action, and everything. Kevin Spacey before he was outed and everything, I guess.
Cancelled.
Cancelled is the word, that's it.
Oh, no.
When I was back in my film school days, that would have been the film I would have liked to have made. Big up Edgar Wright.
In my opinion, a modern classic, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll have to watch it. Add it to
I'm
the
not
list.
going to surprise anybody with this one.
Bridesmaids?
Damn, how did you guess? Got to be Die Hard, hasn't it? The ultimate Christmas movie.
Nice.
This Coops like.
Yes.
It's a good film. It's a really good film.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
And Alan Rickman taking acting to like 54 on the scale of 10.
Alan Rickman, I don't think he's ever done a bad movie.
It's not Christmas until Alan Rickman is thrown from the top of Nakatomi
Indeed.
Tower.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Oh dear God. Well, mine's a cringe film. Well, it'll be cringe for most people, but I'm gonna set a scene very
Oh,
quickly.
you're not going to say Mamma Mia, are you?
Fuck no, Ian.
Oh, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, I get behind that.
It's just ruined the scene setting. Ian, love that. That's lovely. So can I have that shooting gun effect,
Yes.
please? What's that one? Oh, right.
Pew pew.
So we were on holiday. We did a cruise. We were in Norway, and we're on the top of the cruise ship. We're on the second day heading out towards Norway, and they had they had a film on the big screen. We thought, let's just watch whatever it was. Didn't think about it.
Titanic. No, I'm joking.
And we were like, interested what the poll's going at the moment. So I'm losing sight of the track now.
Have you fucking done it? Have you done it? You little shit.
It's either going to be a huge ego boost or just a crushing defeat.
No, it will be a crushing defeat because everybody knows they will fucking hate me. Anyway, sorry, Mark, carry on. Sorry, because I like the scene that you were setting.
So on the top deck of the thing, it's cold, and the guy who's on the barge comes over, gives us some blankets to keep us warm, brought us over a hot drink, put it on, and the film that came on, and I'll tell you, it was The Greatest Showman. I am not a fan of musicals. Now, I think it would be classified as a musical.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
But fucking hell, I love the film. And I've watched it so many times since. I love the soundtrack. I love Hugh Jackman in it. I love the whole thing in it. And it was just I think I was captured in the moment of watching it, but the film's bloody lovely. I love it. Don't judge me, please, people.
It's all right, because Coops is going to say High School Musical in a second.
I've said that before, haven't I?
Yes. More than once.
So, Mark, I can't believe you've done a poll. I'm so upset.
I'm trying to find the poll. There it is. To vote on it.
Zoe.
Oh, so you phrased it, would the podcast be lost without the board? Not would we be lost without
I've seen one of the replies.
See, because it's like
literally people's
there's
comments.
the dynamic energy of the four of you, but then if it's just in general life,
I mean, reply?
Read the reply, Milo, because I haven't checked it. Hang on.
The Norway has said, "Who the fuck is Coops? Is it that PvP bastard? Haha, just kidding, lovely guys."
Right, where's this little twat? No, I'm joking.
This is going to be fun throughout the hour. Anyway, carry on.
So even though I said that this was a really good question before the podcast, funny you be saying this. I actually spoke about this at work today. We were talking about like series and films and that, and I don't actually have like an all-time favorite film like Marky Boy. Like you said, you keep going back, you keep watching it, you just love it so much. You know all the soundtrack. It's not that. But one film I'm thinking at a time in my life like where I just watched this film like 20 times, and the only film that I've ever done that with. This is a bit random, but it was Frozen. When Frozen first got released, at the time my goddaughter was really young, so I kept taking her to the cinema and we just kept watching it, and she was obsessed. Like, and then by the end of by the time I took her like 5-6 times, I knew like all of Olaf's lines, and I literally and I loved like. But that was the only time where I like really like loved the film. Like I don't really have another one apart from High School Musical where I've like watched 20 times. So I would say like Frozen is probably one of my all-time favourite films without a doubt.
I was going to guess that would be your joke answer, but then you made it really wholesome, and now I can't make fun of you. So that's just really sweet. That's nice of you.
Do you want to change your vote for the poll or not? No. I
can't. It's already locked in.
I love the option of who's Coops.
I mean, Frozen is pretty good though. It's just like.
Damn,
gets
I was
stuck
lying.
in your head.
Zoe, I don't even have a goddaughter. I was just trying to get your vote the other way.
Oh, dude, I got so annoyed at Frozen because like when it came out, it's just like no one would shut up with this bloody song.
Yeah.
It was like, it's such a good song. It's great. But like, 10 out of 10 kind of movie. I don't need it repeated for the next 4 years everywhere that I go. Like, oh my God, stop.
It was overplayed for sure.
And it overshadowed Big Hero 6, and that's the biggest crime of that year, to be honest. Yeah. But, otherwise, great movie.
I love Big Hero 6. Such a good film.
So good.
Such a good
Needs
film.
more love.
Yeah, damn right.
Parents at home, go get Big Hero 6 and make your child watch it and then talk to them about mental health and stuff. Good vibes.
If you're a child and listening to this podcast,
in a wholesome
don't.
way.
Yeah, please
What are you
listen
doing?
to another podcast.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's kids.
And if you are 12 and you've got this far, please go away. This isn't for you.
We're on best behaviour tonight. Just go watch Disney Plus or something. Right, I suppose we better keep moving on. And this is the bit where Zoe comes into the spotlight for Grill the Guest.
Oh my.
So I don't know if you've listened back to any of our guest episodes, Zoe, but in this section, we are literally just going to be firing questions at you, and they could be about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I ever encountered you as a creator, you was doing a vlog for Nick on his...
Oh, yes.
Was it the
international
the
decks?
Around the World International Decks?
Yeah.
That was right. So how did that come about, and where were you at with your channel when you actually made that initial vlog for him?
My channel was like baby size, like a sub, like under 1,000 subs at the time. I had done like a couple of travel vlog things in the years previous, but I was like had literally started to do like, oh, this is a great idea. I should do Pokemon Go stuff in advance before Pokemon Go comes out. And then like literally filmed like the trailer stuff for my channel. And then like that Friday, Pokemon Go came out. I was like, oh, cool. I'm behind the curve now already. Sick. So like I had been doing Pokemon Go stuff for, what was it at that point? A couple of weeks, months, I guess. And then saw that Nick was doing, this international deck series sort of thing. And I just sent him an email. I was like, hello, I am Zoe. I'm from Australia. Here's my link. Here's like my photos of like Newcastle and stuff. Would love to do an episode. Have a great day. And then like 3 weeks later, he checked his emails and replied. He was like, yeah, sounds good. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, let's go.
Sounds like Nick.
Yeah. I'm glad that he hasn't changed at all in this time. Filmed the video, I edited it, sent it off to him. I know at the time people were like, oh, Nick must edit their videos sort of thing. But I had purposefully went and licensed the same music that he used and tried to edit in a style that was similar to him so that his audience would, click with it and enjoy it sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally the next day it was like, oh, I suddenly have got 1,000 new humans on my channel sort of thing. And that's kind of like the little defibrillator that started everything off. So it was an awesome experience. Again, Nick, I'm sure everyone knows, just wonderful human, cool initiative. And then that's kind of how everything really got rolling. Because at the time, like my channel was getting like stuff all views really. Just because it's quite hard to, if you are starting on YouTube, like that breaking through bit, like just
getting that momentum,
really getting started.
Yeah.
We know how that feels.
Yeah. Because even if you're like pumping out heaps of videos or heaps of like really good content, it's like the discoverability is really, really hard to push through, I guess, the algorithm sort of bit. So
I don't think anyone can truly say they've worked the algorithm out, have they, on YouTube? There's a lot of
no,
people
I mean, like there's ways I guess you can like not exploit, but like know what to do and what not to do. But when you're like starting with like 0 subscribers sort of thing, it's like, how do you even pop up in a search result sort of thing? Like it's really bloody hard. Like, yeah.
No, I agree. And I know we all feel the same. So I know like, I feel bad because it's like, when you go on any podcast, they ask the same, but I know this is such a bland question, but like give us a background of you, like before you started doing your travel vlogs, like what were you kind of doing? What did you want to do? How did you, obviously I know you just explained how you fell into then going, starting YouTube properly, being a full-time creator. Was it anything that you wanted to do? Just give us a little kind of sort of, I go a little backstory of the last
flavor?
The last 7-8 years. Why not?
Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay, that's enough. Thank you. So
yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
I'm joking.
It all started on a cold winter's day. I guess like YouTube kind of came out at a time where I was like in high school sort of vibe. So it was like, it wasn't quite like when it first came out, it wasn't like that's a job that you could do. It's like, haha, there's funny videos and stuff on Newgrounds sort of thing. Probably towards the end of high school, like year 11, year 12, that was when it was kind of like, oh yeah, PewDiePie's a thing. Like you can play video games and do cool things or travel and like make YouTube videos. So it's like starting to be a thing. I've always been like, I don't stop bloody talking. So I guess entertainment and that sort of thing was always a thing that I enjoyed. I'd gladly take doing a speech over writing an essay like any day sort of thing. And then with studies and stuff like that, I went to university. I'm a graphic designer, like qualified, all that kind of jazz. And I was working full-time in graphics when like Pokemon Go came out. So it's kind of like this overlap of me at uni / then going to work in graphic design, doing a bit of travel and going, oh, I might try some of these travel vlog things. Like I never did like film studies or film editing or video editing as like my core, but I had like a general knowledge of like still making things look not terrible, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I guess when Pokemon Go came out, I was like literally run out from my desk on my lunch break, go down to Newcastle foreshore and film a vlog, and then, go back to work and then go home and edit sort of thing and start pumping those out. It was definitely like a thing where good old Australian internet kind of held things back a bit because our upload speeds were arse. It would take like 6 hours to upload a 10-minute video sort of thing to YouTube.
Wow.
It's like streaming was not an option at all. So it was very much just like once we eventually moved house, had a better, internet setup, I could kind of do more frequent videos. Eventually got to the point where, the videos were like, there was potential, I guess, in the channel for it to do well and to grow a lot more, but it was going to be like taking the risk of quitting a full-time job. There's like other stuff going on in life as well that was kind of like I wasn't enjoying where I was working as much anymore and was wanting to quit anyway. So it's kind of like, well, I guess we take the risk and go all in sort of thing. And thankfully it paid off. I wouldn't recommend people do that without significant, savings and a backup plan sort of thing. But so yeah, background in graphics, and then I always had an interest in like some form of entertainment and creative, but I guess it wasn't fully actualized until it's like, oh, Pokemon Go, phone plus a camera, like go for gold, like everyone's got a phone, I've got the camera, like let's go.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Who's got the next question?
I'll jump in and say this is something that we asked Reversal actually, I think, as well. I think it was back in sort of 2019 when the Go Squad were going around and doing all of the IRL events and everything. What are some of your favorite memories from those times, like from the events or like the socializing after?
So it's like, honestly, all of that is like the best bit. That's why I think these last 2 years have just sucked, because the real fun is just being with your mates, like doing stupid shit all around the world. Yeah. Or even if it's not all around the world, just like being able to see your friends. But oh gosh, top highlights, I guess, like squeezing the entire creator squad into like a durian shop in Singapore. It's like, if you have never had the joy of smelling a durian, it smells like a gas leak mixed with like a eggy fart. But it's a fruit.
Sounds very
It's a fruit that you eat. The fruit is tasty. Really, like the fruit's like a sweet custard.
It just smells like shit.
Like it just smells like the worst. So we're all like, there's like 20 of us like around this table with like little plastic gloves on, munging on this like custard fruit. Everything smells of egg farts, and we're all just like, it's really good, trying to have a good time and like vlog stuff, or going up to the fireworks festival in Japan, like getting lost on this network of trains out into a field in the middle of, not middle of nowhere, but like not the middle of Tokyo either, to go and watch the fireworks festival and just like having a couple of cheeky cans of strong, just trading Pokemon, filming, just doing stupid, hanging out and eating food sort of things. Gosh, what else? I guess it's all just like the tangential things as part of like the journey. It's like, oh, let's go to this location to go film something cool, but then along the way you're like, oh, is that a cat cafe? Like, let's go and have a look at that, or whatever it might be that kind of snowballs into a different little exploration. Also throwing a stroopwafel from hotel room to hotel room was like through the window.
Yeah,
that was
a
good.
class.
That was a highlight. Yeah,
iconic moment.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just like little things, little bits and pieces.
I bet you can't wait to get back to those times, and we're going to talk about that later. But they've
yeah, absolutely.
Got some good news. Could have been bad timing, but we got some goodish news. Yeah. However you want to look at it, it's just completely. Yeah, it's however you personally want to look at it as an individual. Yeah. But let's say goodish news.
Goodish. I like goodish news. So my question's not that exciting, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. I'm going to use one of your vlogs as a reason why I want to ask you the question, because I remember watching it and it was painful with you, and fair play to you, kept going. And I'm talking about Mill Tank Research Day.
Yep.
And there were moments in that video. We do it, we create content. We're there in our car and we're going, right, research, search, check. No. Yeah. This one, no. This one, please. No. And it felt like you must have done it for hours and hours.
I was like cracked by the end of that, I swear.
It looked like the game had broken you on that
Genuinely.
day or day two.
Like,
my question is, Zoe, obviously it ended in a really positive way and it was almost you got your reward, but what was keeping you going off camera when you were doing that? Because I'm really keen to know.
The thumbnail.
So I think I need the sparkles for the thumbnail. It like reaches, I think, like with shiny hunts, it reaches a certain point if you go too far in that you can't back out. It's like, if you've checked like 20, 30, it's like, oh, I didn't get one this event. Oh, well. But like once you're like 200 deep and you're like, okay, well, this has kind of become the core theme of the video.
Like, at that point.
I can't like, yeah, exactly. It's like, I can't not keep trying, I guess. And then you're 400 in and you're like, okay, any minute now we should be getting one. genuinely, and like, because I was like, oh yeah, there's the Spotlight Hour. It's Spotlight Hour. There's gonna be we'll get it then. Like, everyone's getting 100 shiny Miltank. Like, someone's got bloody 6 of them. Like, it should be fine. I think I took a screenshot of the count, but like on the Spotlight Hour, I was like, oh, surely I checked like 400. It's like I saw 700 Miltank on the Spotlight Hour because Alan drove and I was just tap, 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 run, tap, run, tap, run. And I'm like, how can it not be shot? Like, I was broken.
Oh, nice one.
Broken. At that point, you're personally offended and you're like, this stupid fucking little dairy bit. Like, you just get this incensed over this cow. And I'm like, I swear to God.
Fucking cow, you bastard.
Yeah. Honestly. I was broken after that week. I was wrecked. I was like, caught it. And I'm like, I'm done. Going home. Get me out.
Though, like, I say it's I don't know why, but it happens every so often. Like what you're saying. I come across a shiny that I really want, and obviously the one that you really want doesn't fucking show. Of course, that's always the way. But you get the flavour.
Listening.
Yeah, I'm telling
they
you.
know.
You get the flavour, like you said, and before you know it, you've clicked on 1,000, and you've not slept, and you think, what am I doing with my life? Yeah.
No, exactly.
It was crazy, wasn't it, though? Because at that point, they were also in the raids, weren't they? Like, you were going, I can't justify doing
No, I can't justify it. Because when they're in research, it's like, if something's in research and it's like a task, what was it, like 5 curveball throws or something super basic, it's like, that's exploration. That'll get me like going out to go and check some stops and walking. Yeah. God, how much I walked that week just trying to grind out these shiny checks in the research. Like, especially when it's that simple. Yeah. You can't not, in a way.
But there was when you got it at the end, you were just almost like, you had no energy left, did you?
It's like the little balloon went like deflating. Yeah. I was like, I'm finally sleep.
I still don't have one.
Oh, honestly, they're elusive. They don't exist. It's just like...
I actually love you.
Okay,
I hope that you
I still don't have one. Okay, my next question for you, Zoe, is potentially quite boring, but I'll ask it anyway.
What's happening tonight?
Shut up.
Don't undersell yourself, boys. Just go on.
So, you may or may not remember this, but what was going through your mind when 4 English people invaded one of your live streams to try and invite you onto a podcast?
Oh no. Oh no.
I was like, because I was just like, oh yeah, cool, sounds good. And then I was like, oh, they're still commenting. I said yeah. I'm like, now I'm confused. Is it like is there a meme? Have I missed a meme?
Drunk.
No, I was like scrolling up and I'm like, did I misunderstand? Because I was like, yep, cool. I'll peep your DM after the stream. And then I was like, I think I've missed something here.
They're still here.
No, I like the initiative.
I like the initiative. 20 minutes, have a bit of banter with you, yeah? On my mother's life, we all left it, yeah? About 2 hours later, Milo, sent a screenshot on the Incensed chat.
Yeah, your mod contacted.
Yeah, and we were like...
Big up the mod squad.
Yeah. And Milo was like, boys, I'm still in here, going strong. And I was like, Milo, we stopped that. We literally stopped that like 2 hours ago, bro. What are you doing?
The mods in the DMs being like, mate, could you cut this?
Yeah. Like, we get it. Could you just relax a bit? I'm like, okay. Yeah.
It had way too many Coronas.
You're all good. I'm just like, because I take some things like super literally, so I'm thinking then like I'm like scrolling up through, I'm like, no, they're just like having a bit of a joke, and then I'm like, but they're still going. But I've I will look into this later.
Well, listen, it worked.
All good fun. Yeah, exactly. I'm here. It's all good fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming
I was
on.
confused mildly at the start.
I'm still dying, Milo. That was we've all gone to sleep, done a day at work, and Milo's still on your live stream.
Dedicated good egg.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't one too many Corona. It was probably one too many Cosmopolitans by that point, wasn't it, Milo?
Oh, God, I don't know what I was drinking at that point.
I remember you doing something around Eurovision and watching some of the submissions. And,
good. Actually, if it was during the Eurovision streams, that's probably why I wouldn't be chatting as much. I get very, very determined on the Eurovision.
So why don't Australia give us 12 points? Why don't they give us any points?
Nobody gives us any points.
Look, I mean, actually,
was 0 points
this year or last year? UK actually had a good. Was it last year?
No, weren't this
You
year.
got 0.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well,
we
that's
got
what I mean.
0.
Like you keep, I feel like that's just like the thing is you guys never get points, which I think is kind of rude at a certain point. But I think it was last year's song. UK song was a banger, and I was like, oh, at least they're gonna get some points. And it's like still dead last, and I'm like, come on, man! Like it was a good song for once. They actually made a song. Like give them the point. No
It's just
shade,
as
but
a
like a lot of the
country, we
songs
just
haven't been great.
really wind
like,
everybody up.
Yeah. The Jimmies have been rustled.
How I feel about Eurovision is how Milo and Ian feel about GBL. Like,
That's for everyone's got their thing.
As I feel about football and Eurovision the same way. Sorry.
I did think he was very quiet, Coops.
no.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Sorry, the poll is still getting to me. No, I'm joking. Can I just say about the poll? I've not actually voted because I'm keeping it like non-biased, so my vote doesn't count. By the way, just so I've been fair.
It's actually getting quite even.
pretty even.
Yeah,
I
it's getting
cannot
quite
say
even.
the same.
So
Look, if it makes you feel any better, anytime I do a poll, it's cursed, so it will end on 50-50. I can give you the ZoëTwoDots guarantee that your poll will be cursed at 50-50.
There you go, Coops. You're only 50% hated.
it would have been 45-55, Zoe, if you commented yes instead of no.
Milo setting up
You
your
don't know who I
Twitter
voted
accounts
for.
just to vote on it.
So, Zoe, my next question to you is, I want to dive into your relationship a little bit with Niantic. I know that you said earlier, what did you say? You said about exploration. I could hear the frustration in your voice. This would be exploration, and we're all on the same page as you. When we had the Trainer Club on, I was quite shocked to find out that basically really has no relationship with Niantic. And obviously I know over the last month with the task force and the hashtag us Niantic here, I know with all of that, they've started to communicate, but what is, and do you have a relationship with Niantic? Have they ever paid you? I know that Reversal's cleared up with us and said that a sponsor literally means nothing apart from they sort of get you there and they get you home type thing. What's your relationship looking like with Niantic Labs?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess there is like I guess it always gets muddied as well when people be like, oh, the creator squad, but then there's also like it used to be like the summer tour squad, and then there was like the travel squad, like different words that were being used for people who were in some way or at some point like sponsored by Niantic for certain things. But there's definitely like, so we've got like a, I guess, direct line of contact with them. There's myself, Niantic, and a bunch of other creators or people that are involved in some way with Pokemon Go. I guess to like touch on the Billy thing as well, like not breaking NDA or whatever by saying this, but I'm pretty sure there was a point where they wanted to add more people. Like not actually, sorry, I shouldn't say Billy specific, so it's not like a targeted thing, but I believe they were going to expand the group, but I think COVID kind of delayed a lot of that in whatever they might want to be doing to get more people's feedback and points of view and that sort of thing. So I think it might not even be, specific creators being excluded or something. It's more just they never had the chance to add more on. But yeah, so basically I've had a direct line of contact with them for giving feedback, giving suggestions, getting news early sometimes so that, when Safari Zone, whatever's happening, I could have a video ready to go on the
awesome.
Same deadline sort of thing. But in terms of like sponsored and being paid, I think like people get confused as an audience in terms of thinking that we're like permanently sponsored or permanently paid, which is like not the case at all. Like the only times would be like, actual hashtag sponsored is if you're specifically getting paid for a specific thing. So say, for example, the Chicago Go Fests. I was sponsored for 2 of those, I think, depending on like, so the one in 2018, like my 2019, like my contract was, you're sponsored, we'll fly you out, here's a GoFest ticket, you get paid, and your deliverables are to make 2 videos for GoFest.
So they did give you, but they, I said, I'm not going to ask the amount, of course, and I wouldn't expect that, but they actually paid you a wage. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, cool.
But then it's like that sort of thing where it's like, cool, like, so there was the 2 GoFests and the 1 creator summit. Like that's the 3 times that I've been sponsored. I've obviously done the 2 little ad campaigns separate to that, like recently for this year with the Try Guys thing, and then with like the little travel like buddy campaign thing. That's like, I would say separate because it's not really me creating sponsored content. It's like I'm part of like an ad campaign, but like those 3 exclusive times were the only times I've been paid by Niantic. And in terms of like our group chat and access to them, like we could be as involved or as uninvolved as we wanted to. I'm pretty involved in giving feedback. Like every time New Zealand breaks, someone from New Zealand messages me, I message the Niantic and I'm like, hi, this event's broken, to try and get it, fixed in a timely fashion.
So they just send like a gift back, like no one cares.
Well, I mean, like they just give it a thumbs up emoji, like. But I mean, like I'm not getting like paid to do that sort of thing. I'm more like, I would like to help the community out sort of vibe. But like, yeah, like essentially 4 videos out of my library of 600 that's been sponsored sort of thing. They're very clear as well. Like in my like NDA, it's like they're very specific about like, we do not want to control your voice. We don't want to. You can say what you want. Like obviously, don't be offensive or like give Pikachu a gun, like that sort of thing. But they're very clear of like, you can say what you want. You can be critical. Like you don't have to kiss our ass sort of thing, which is cool. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it does say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it's pretty clear about like you do you, boo, sort of thing. Like there's obviously certain guidelines for not being, like, as I said, offensive or sexy Pikachu in your thumbnails. So I mean, I don't even know if that would be an issue, but like you like just don't kind of like
Pikachu.
I don't know. Yeah, don't cross that like
So wait, so basically what you're
sort of
telling
line,
us
but
is
yeah.
if there's ever a Go Fest in London, we won't get a new Pikachu with a gun and a knife. No.
Yeah, but that might not help the
it's a
case if
Croydon
you want to
one,
get on
it'll have a
Twitter. I mean, you can. It might just not go over well if you would like to be involved. Yeah.
This Croydon Pikachu.
Imagine that Croydon Pikachu
Croydon Pikachu.
with a knife.
Can you imagine? He's just got a
Region
bandana.
lost.
Yeah, it's a regional. You've got to come to the ghetto to get it.
Would that be considered like a Pikachu?
No,
like, is
no.
that kind of
Chav.
terrible?
Oh, I like it.
I love that.
Unfortunately, where I live,
Is it beyond
they're
the
not
chav?
chavs. They are legit gangsters. We do get chavs. They're kind of like hang around.
Oh,
they hang around like
okay.
Blue Water and places like that. But no, unfortunately, in Gypsy Hill and Streatham, they will
It's like
genuinely
the next,
kill you.
the
Yeah,
next.
no,
Okay.
Yeah.
So community day in your town then, Coops.
On a nice little exploration.
Yeah, let's go to northwest London. Hey, Milo.
Just West London is better. I was going to say, the Chav Pikachu, if you try and transfer it, it kills your character.
Listen, this has legs. This Chav Pikachu actually has legs. I'm
Oh, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? It just resets your XP to 0.
That'd be brilliant.
And
Takes all your
level
Poke
1.
coins and
Class.
sets you to level 1.
Oh my god!
Okay,
Could you
nicks all your
imagine?
There you go,
Poke
Zoe.
coins.
Direct
bad,
line
wouldn't it?
to Niantic.
I'll get on the phone,
suggest
yeah.
it.
Look. Hello,
So if
Niantic.
it's taking your Pokecoins, I'm surprised Niantic didn't do that years ago. Oh, you put a oneer on the game, all of a sudden Chav Pikachu steals it all. I'm telling you, sorry, we're saying this here on episode 30. There will be a Pikachu with a bandana, not a knife and a gun, but it will be some sort of Pikachu
Rambo
like that. I'm
Pikachu.
putting money on that.
Oh.
Rambo Pikachu.
Oh, bless.
Any more for any more?
Zoe, can I just...
But could you imagine though if like the Pokemon company like out of context being like, oh, look at this cute little Explorer Pikachu with his little bandana hat on and blah blah blah, and they had like that, they didn't get the context somehow because of like, you know, differences internationally, and it's like, oh no, we got game
you know
oh
it's
no,
coming.
he's got his colours on, oh god.
I would love a plush of that.
I'm telling you, Pikachu with a bandana and a snapback is coming. He's coming.
I've got one more question, actually. Obviously, you've been fortunate enough to travel quite a lot with this game. Where would you like to go? And the answer would be UK, where you haven't actually travelled to yet.
It was on the bloody list, man. Those flights, I think I was refunded. Obviously, I feel like... Sorry, I said obviously. I hate saying obviously because nothing is obvious. Humans are complex. Europe needs like a lot of coverage done, like genuinely. I have spent like a blink in Europe, which was in the Netherlands. Thankfully got to like hang out with Reversal. He was kind enough to host me sort of vibe. So I got to see like a bit of Netherlands. Spent the weekend in Germany for Dortmund. The plan was before COVID decided to have a little, hissy fit. It was like I was literally going to be over for the UK safari, and then it was like the 2 weeks after was Eurovision. So I was like it's in Netherlands, like let's go to the Eurovision, and then like follow that up with then going to the American safari sort of thing. But definitely there's just like so much in Europe I want to see. Like my family is from Poland, so I would like to go and see the other half of my family and stuff, go and visit. Just name a country in Europe and I'm keen, sort of thing. I guess because of where I am located geographically, our closest things are a lot of like Asia Pacific stuff, so I've been lucky enough to kind of visit a lot of countries that are close to me in that aspect. Yeah, definitely. Pick a European country if you're from there and I'll come and say hey. There's so much to see. And you guys can just like, get on a bike and fall into another country, which is really cool. I feel like it would be pretty convenient to see a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah, a lot.
Cricket said she wanted to do a Scotland road trip with the four of us. So if you're in UK, jump in the car with us and you join us as well.
Let's go. Yeah, Alan's family's from Scotland as well. So like we would definitely want to
Let's get a minivan.
Let's go. Let's
No,
go.
I'll take
Look
my
at this is
convertible,
staying on
thank you.
Milo's face now, Zoe. That's Milo like minivan. Hell no.
No, I'm having my little
Oh, really?
two-seater
Okay, well,
convertible,
let's just
thank
get
you.
the train or whatever.
But we can all raid Lugia for the 85th time because it will be back out.
Look, man.
We're very lucky where we are. I think you hit the nail on the head then. We like doing, me and my wife, we like doing road trips around Europe. That's one of the things that we've missed the most with COVID, because we would have been doing that this year again. And, we get in the car in France or in Germany, from Switzerland, all on one trip. And you do all this, like you said, and you're like going, we're in another country.
Yeah.
And then we're in Italy.
Yeah.
And then we're travelling back.
I can drive for 5 hours, 8 hours one direction, and I'm not even out of my state yet. Like,
It's massive.
Like,
It's
that would be
mad.
so cool to just like, I sneezed. Whoops, I'm in Norway. Like, let's go. Like, you're saying like, on a cruise. Like, you're saying you went on a cruise up to Norway, and I'm just like, I feel like our boat would sink even trying to get to New Zealand half the time. Like, I mean, it's not that bad, but like, it'd be so cool just to be able to like do that.
It's the best country in the world, by the way. Like legit facts. That's
Which
straight
one?
facts. Australia.
It's pretty all right. Yeah.
No, it's
pretty chill.
Yeah.
I've had a year out there. Coops has been
nice.
over, is it 3-4 years, was it, mate? You said, and it's like, it's mental. And I just look, you pick your pinpoint moments.
Yeah.
And I remember when you did a vlog in Melbourne,
Yeah.
and I think you went into Melbourne, you did like, and you were going down the alleyways with all the graffiti and that down there. And I'm there going, I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, I know that. And you've got ACDC Lane, which is like just around the corner of that, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, you see all these bits and like it just brings back memories and stories
that's awesome.
from when I was out there.
Yeah.
But it's good times, definitely. So that's my silly question.
Go
Ian.
for it.
You've not missed it with a guest yet. You've got to do
I
it.
feel it'd be wrong not to ask you
Okay.
because we like to get this from everybody that comes onto the show. I'm going to set you a scene.
Okay. Paint me a picture.
You've got your cold beer in your hand. You're watching. You've been out in the afternoon. You've been watching your beloved Newcastle Jets. You're buzzing. They've just got 3 points. They've beaten the Brisbane Roar in a fiercely contested game. You're looking at Alan. You're having a great buzz. You go, let's go out. Let's do something tonight. Let's go out. It's going to be fun. Get some mates out as well. But there's space for one more person there. Someone can be with you, and it can be a Pokemon wingman or wingwoman. Just someone there to have fun with you, have a spicy evening. Who would that Pokemon be, Zoe? Who would you have out there with you to add some energy to your party?
A person or a Pokemon?
A Pokemon.
Oh,
Which
God.
Pokemon would
Okay.
do it?
Okay. Oh, there's so many angles for this. I feel like, okay, here's...
Pikachu with the gun.
Absolutely. Protect me. My mind immediately goes to, in a way, like not just to be like Kangaskhan because Australia, right? But like we could utilize the pouch here plus the mothering instinct, right? We could put bevies in the pouch. It's like smuggle some like drinks in the pouch. Little Kangaskhan can kind of like, keep an eye on that sort of thing. But then because Kangaskhan's like a mother and is caring, like if you get too munted, like, she's going to make sure you get home safe, right? She's going to like make sure you're hydrated, like while you're having a good time. If it really comes down to it, you can probably fit in the pouch as well. Like, personal Uber. That like, it's a good, like safe but fun choice. But, she hasn't had like a good weekend off either, so she's going to enjoy like a cheeky bevy as well, just to like,
Do you know what? I'll give that was
shoulders
the best
down.
answer we've had.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. I was looking at Ian like, don't play the fucking round of applause.
I was drinking, sorry, I missed it.
If all else fails, you could almost use Kangaskhan as like an Australian government campaign, couldn't you, to stay hydrated on the night out as well? Maybe.
Drink your water.
Just be like,
She's just like comes bounding in. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I like it.
Otherwise, I'd
best
pick an electric
answer to
type
that
to use as a
question,
taser or something. But yeah, let's go.
Pikachu with a
Just in
taser.
case. Just in case.
Oh, nice one, Zoe. Nice one. We've got it in. I like that question.
Thanks for that, Zoe. I think we've got a little bit more of an insight into you. But now it's over to Milo for the news.
Is the news.
Thanks, Ref. Now,
It
is good news, everybody, because a new season has kicked off, the season of Mischief, and I'm going to try and rattle through these points and facts as quickly as I bloody can, because there's a lot more important things to talk about than this bullshit. So, Ditto is the research breakthrough for the month of September. Shiny Ditto is now available in the wild, which is bloody fantastic. Ditto can hide as Ghastly, Drowsy, Remoraid, Teddiursa, Gulpin, Nummel, Stunky, Dwebble, and Fungoose. Please do note, though, that Shiny Ditto will only hide as non-shiny variants of those Pokemon, because Niantic coded it correctly. Well done, guys. Good effort.
Round of applause.
Have you got the sound effect?
No, don't do it.
So, moving on, Lugia is in the legendary raids until September the 14th. Then the shiny Lake Trio are making their debut, which is fantastic to see, from the 14th September through to the 1st of October. The Spotlight Hours are Spoink on the 7th with Double Dust. It's Baltoy on the 14th with 2x Catch XP. It is Skitty on the 21st with 2x Catch Candy. And Alolan Meowth on the 28th with double Transfer Candy. But I think it's 650 dust per Alolan Meowth catch, so that's a little dust grind for everyone there, which is fantastic.
Yeah, true.
Incense Day. Been and done. Hope it was good for everybody. It's a bit shit, not gonna lie. The Psychic event. The Psychic event runs from the 8th to the 13th of September. Inkay, the new Pokemon for that event, apparently you have to turn your phone upside down. Do you know what? Oh my god. Hang on. Take a pause. I was at Pub Quiz and somebody made the weirdest similarity to this Pokemon. They said it looks like a menstrual cup, or whatever the fuck it is.
One of the moon cup things.
Yes, and I was like,
It does.
why would you go there?
But not the head. Like, I guess if you turn it upside down,
I just thought it was a cute little squid thing. That's
Yeah.
all. It was a squid thing, but no, weird.
What
Anyway.
menstrual cups have they been looking at though? Like with the tendrils coming off it. I
God
don't
knows.
know.
Yeah. Don't know what corner of the internet they'd be looking at, frankly, but hey. The seasonal bonuses, which we'll get into a little bit. Niantic are now doing it bonuses per season. So, for the Season of Mischief, it is 3x XP for brand new Pokestop spins, and it is 2x lure duration, which I'm very thankful for because I've got 7 stops. Boosted incense while walking. And the other thing, Hooper is actually being a part of the game, but they are dishing out research over a sort of weekly basis. So basically stay on point with the research. It's fucking easy because you just need to drop an incense and make
big time. Yes.
very, very easy. That's September and pretty much the month of Mischief, or Season of Mischief. There we go. We've got some more good news, which I think we want to dive into pretty much now, is the Safari Zones that were supposed to be in 2020 have now been rescheduled. The bad news for us in the UK is it's quite short notice.
Yeah.
So, Liverpool is October the 15th through to the 17th. Philadelphia is at the end of October the 29th through the 31st. And St. Louis is November the 12th and the 14th that weekend. I feel this is a bit more of a topic we can all discuss because obviously it's real world events. They brought them back. I personally wasn't expecting them to drop them this side of the new year, really.
I agree. I thought it was going to be like a next year thing, but I don't know. Maybe they have like some contracts they have to like execute or something. Like maybe they had
That's true. Yeah.
certain deadlines with the cities to. Like, this is just full speculation. Like I'd have no insight on this, but like I didn't think there'd be anything this year either.
To be fair, it's a long time, isn't it? I mean, Liverpool was supposed to be April 2020, so it's a long ass time.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I was not expecting to get that notification to say there's a Go Fest in, what was it, 7 weeks and 2 days. I really, and I don't think anyone was, to be honest. I don't think anyone was.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be pissing down with rain here.
That's the thing. It's just going to be shit, isn't it? It's Liverpool in October in the rain. That's basically what it's going to be.
Good luck if you can actually book travel as well. I mean, anyone that wanted to travel.
Yeah. Well, that's what I imagine. The only other thing I can think of is like, because it's such short notice, maybe the intention is to not have people traveling for it, where it's like, they're kind of like writing this line of enough notice for people who live locally to play, but not enough notice to encourage spread that pandemic. Like, I don't know. Like, it could just be no reason at all. But
yeah.
You know,
Zoe, I feel like you were quite shocked like us, but like we were saying, like, you know, like the posters are the same. Do you have any insight? I'm guessing you don't, because you were shocked as well.
I've got no idea.
Okay, so that
for spawns and stuff, I've got no clue. I don't know if it's going to be like just a repeat of what we had.
Do you think?
I think it will be. Honestly.
Probably in some ways, because like that's what was advertised. Like, I can't imagine like that they can stray too far unless they added like my guess, and I know advertising works differently in different places, but like my guess would be that legally they probably have to give you the product that you purchased originally, you know, like give you those same spawns, and unless they just add on to that with, you know, new spawns or new shinies, I would imagine at the base it's probably would be the same kind of vibe.
The theme's likely to be the same, but they might drop a new shiny maybe.
More Welmer for RCA.
I was going to say, they'll be like, instead of shiny Chincho, you're going to get shiny Lantern in the wild. That's what they'll do.
I was just going to say that exact thing. I was going to say, drive to Liverpool because you might encounter shiny Whalmer.
Dratini. Look, at least Welmer's like, you can't not smile when you see it. It's kind of like, oh, he's smiling at me. Okay, fine, I'll take you, mate. I
can't argue with the shiny Thanos, you know.
Didn't want you, but you're happy, so fine.
So, Zoe, silly question. Are you going to any? Have you booked any at this current second in time?
I can't leave the country. Our country's closed.
Lockdown. Even leave in town.
Yeah, I guess two things.
I did say silly question.
I'm joking. Two things. I guess we physically can't leave. Like it's illegal essentially to like leave Australia, sort of vibe. You can get exemptions. I don't think catching Pokemon is one of them. But additionally, I think at the moment I just personally wouldn't choose to travel. I think because everything's still, you know, popping off in terms of Delta and all that kind of jazz. And then thirdly, I'm still not vaccinated because our country fucked up the vaccine rollout. So I have to, it's finally booked in, but I've still got to wait like weeks to get vaccinated. So it's just wouldn't line up anyway in terms of it being safe. So yeah, it's kind of one of those like I've accepted like, no, well, I'll catch up with everyone at some point. You know, it's just a shame, isn't it? Zoe? Because I know we've spoken sort of before, not directly, but like through like content and that. You know, you look back at those, you know, and there was times where it all was under control in Australia. And it was really nice, and you saw the nice, happy people, everyone be together. And we were like here going, you lot are fucking lucky. We can't leave the bloody house. Yeah. And I know it's like that where you are, but it isn't better where we are, you know, and it's far from it. But, you know, the vaccination rollout had to be done earlier because it was so rife. But yeah, I think this impacts everything for the foreseeable still, doesn't it? I think this is really going to be a sort of next year, see how it goes after winter thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think so.
It's literally going to be a let's see you at GoFest 2023.
I'm like,
not that long.
Exactly, because it's like you want to be optimistic and think like, oh, 2020, but that's what we thought, like, sorry, 2022. Like, but that's, you know, what we're thinking 2020 was like, oh, see everyone in 2021. It's like, it's September. So... You know.
And this is the thing, nobody could have predicted it was going to go on for this long, could they, really?
Exactly.
Year 3000, Ian. Year 3000 must do something, mate.
Hologram project my consciousness into yours at the meetup sort of thing.
Go and get Alan to play his guitar while sing.
Are you guys going to go to the UK Safari Zone, or is it not safe, or you can, or you... like too soon a notice? Or
we can. We've got free travel within the country, and
I'm defo going.
I think
I'm definitely going to go.
Probably going to go. I'm probably going to go.
I'm not going. I mean, we were having a conversation before we started it. Unless something dramatic changes, they've pretty much said it'll be no different to if you play it from home. So it's like there's no real incentive to drive
Drop
4
shiny
hours up
Relicanth.
up the country. You got your drop shiny Relicanth.
nice.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be so good.
But I think it would just be nice to have another round of playing it. I think they'll spice it up a little bit. I think they might do something that's just slightly different to the first time around. But they have said they're going to announce it, haven't they? Soon. They've said there's going to be updates on the blogs. So
They've still got to
We'll see.
send the emails to everybody who purchased the ticket.
Yeah, we need to
if
RSVP,
you
don't
want
we?
to attend,
Yeah.
because they need to
Yeah.
have an idea about numbers who actually
Yeah,
be
you have to
there.
put the RSVP thing. Yeah.
But
it's
anybody,
another event, though, isn't it?
yeah, but anybody listening who's wondering what on earth Mark was talking about, if you purchased the ticket last year, you will be able to play the event from home. It's a worldwide thing. So basically you get a Safari Zone of whichever one of the three you purchased the ticket for, or all of them if you got it, again from home. So basically an event rerun, as far as we can tell, but no new tickets are going to be sold. So basically, if you purchased it last year, that's it. There are a couple of perks for attending in person, but they are very minimal as far as I've read. Like sort of, you get some merch stands and obviously you get to meet in the lounges and things like that. That's the more in-person event vibe. But in terms of the game, I don't think it's going to be that different from if you played it from home.
Yeah, the only thing that I saw mentioned, like, game-wise was like, 2K eggs. So I imagine that would be like, you go spin a stop and walk would be the only difference from
eggs.
standing at home. Look, that's like the one thing, though, from like Go Fest and stuff, like the 2K eggs always had, or historically, had just good shit in them. Like weird, like I hatched a shiny Sableye out of a 2K at like Chicago Go Fest, like just weird stuff in 2Ks.
You do get some
But I
good
feel like they
stuff.
kind of dropped that a little bit with some of the more recent, I guess, you know, because it's been the from home stuff. Like Kanto event didn't really have spicy themed eggs, or the Safari. I think the Safaris from home did, but it was also mixed with regular spawns. So it was like if you were playing from, you know, your country, you were picking up some of the event eggs, but also some of the just regular 2K
Normal
egg spawn
eggs.
pool. So you couldn't differentiate like what's, I don't know, until you hatched it and you're like, oh, like Lapras shouldn't be in a 2K. That one was an event egg.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Kanto Tour, I hatched a shiny Dratini from a 10K, and it said it was an event egg, but I don't think they. I don't know if they had like listed special Kanto 10K eggs. I think it might just been fortunate with the day.
Yeah, weird.
But that's such a point, isn't it? The event eggs for Safari Zones and Go Fest, they were really good. They really were.
Yeah, they're like like low effort, high reward sort of.
Yeah.
I guess that's like probably so far the only main difference I can see is like go and get an egg and walk versus sit at home and you have no egg. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And speaking of eggs, Zoe, have you seen Milo's t-shirt?
I have. I was appreciating the t-shirt. Yes.
Someone
Thank
has
you.
to like represent.
I was like, hey, good egg coming into the chat. Let's go.
Good egg, Milo. He's a good egg.
He is a good egg.
He is.
Damn right.
Bloody good egg.
I think on the side of doing an event in person, it's just nice that there's the option there now, and you can make the judgment call yourself. I know a bunch of my local crew. Some people now can't get, because for us it's like 6 or 7 weeks notice, which some people would say is enough, but for quite a lot of my squad isn't enough to book the Friday off. We all booked the Friday ticket because we wanted to get it done and dusted before everybody crammed up for the weekend.
Everybody wants a
Right,
Friday
yeah.
off work, and to book that is difficult.
What's the standard like
Exactly.
notice you have to give your job like in the
It's,
UK?
it's also the Thursday as
Yeah.
well, isn't it? Sorry, it's not just the Friday because you start
go
at
down.
9 a.m. on the it's
Oh
like,
yeah, if
and
you're
Liverpool,
playing on the Friday, that's your game day. Yeah.
So it's like technically it's really the Thursday and the really it's 2 days.
You have to drive up the night
Yeah.
before, the evening before, or travel.
Is the
wanted.
standard like you have to put in your notice like 2 months in advance sort of thing for that sort of thing, or
Depends who you work for.
yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
it
I guess
depends
well,
how
like
much
the
of a
average,
twat
if
your
people are
boss is.
saying that it's an issue, then it's clearly not enough notice, I guess, for a good chunk
Yeah.
of people. Yeah,
I had to put a year's notice in to get a holiday, so
Jesus,
where I work it is literally impossible to get any time off.
far out.
But Ian's on holiday this week, so don't feel too bad.
Yeah, but I haven't had any leave since September last year.
Wow. Okay. Holy moly.
I think it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like for me, I could say to my boss, "I'm not coming in tomorrow. I want the day off," and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Fine," But whereas like Ian
Depends.
said, he has to give his job and his boss's time, but obviously the people that have to do that are the people that are the ones that complain and moan. I don't say, oh my God, thank you for the notice. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
All you're going to see
is the people who have an issue.
It's definitely 50-50.
I was just curious if it was like the standard is like a month's notice or something, but yeah.
It's proper 50-50.
Yeah.
I know that's such a vague answer, but
no, that's I feel like it'd be pretty similar in Australia, to be honest. Like same kind of vibe. Like some bosses would be like, oh, whatever, mate, have a good time, and then some would be like, you haven't put in your form 12 months in advance, henceforth I reject your request. Like, okay.
Good impression. Was that trying to be my boss then?
Sounds like my bosses.
No,
Rejected. Denied.
The amount of times I've had that email back, your request has been denied.
Yeah, that sucks.
Due to lack of cover. That's the good excuse I get.
Well, find some cover.
Exactly. Let's not go down this road because I do not want to start having a BF about this.
Did you just say bitch fit?
I did, yeah.
I mean, good for you guys, but the reason why I didn't get involved then, Coops didn't talk. No, the reason why I didn't get involved
It's because of the poll, isn't it, on Twitter?
No, I haven't looked, Ian. Insert crying effect. No, I'm genuinely super, whether it's Chin Chow or not, I'm super excited for Liverpool. Me and my two best friends, we literally booked it 10 minutes after they announced it. They sorted all of that out, and I genuinely am. And I think it's things like Go Fests, Safari Zones, Spotlight Hours are genuinely the only thing that I love about the game anymore. Like seriously. So it's like, any opportunity to go there and meet people, and I love just walking around looking at this community. People in Pikachu hats and Pokemon t-shirts, and I just think, man, like this is just I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And listen,
I think that's totally valid as well, because it's like it all depends on where you are, the situation. Like as you were saying, like how Australia was rocking it a few months ago, like with no cases. Like my area made it to 12 months with 0 cases, but people in the comments, why aren't you social? Why aren't you wearing a mask? Like they have a comment without knowing the context locally. So I mean, for you guys, your context locally could be that it is fine and safe and well to do so, and because you're all doing X, Y, Z, whatever it is, that it's thumbs up. I'm not going to make an assumption. Like, I would hope that the people playing wherever they are, and if they're going to it in person, are just making the best choices for themselves and them community to be safe while doing it. I'm not going to be like, how dare you go to it in person? I don't know what the situation is. You could all be like what we were in Newcastle, like COVID free for whatever amount of months. Like, so I'm just like, I just hope that people play safe, stay safe, have a good time. Like that's,
absolutely.
But it's like the same thing, exactly. You've got people, like Mark, he says, he's like, I don't think it's safe. I'm not going to go.
That isn't why I'm not going. It's just, it's just the timings. It's just with other things that are on. We've all met up in Milton Keynes. It was no different to meeting up like in that environment up in Liverpool. Like I said, I think maybe I'm looking more like I've played the event already, done it. Had the experience, and it's a re-roll of what's already happened again. It's almost like replaying it, and I'm like, well,
on the same vibe from what I've heard. So it's like a repeat of the event. I might as well do it if I can play locally with my mates. I'll do that and avoid, the hotel and travel costs.
Yeah.
Let's hope that it's not.
Because for me, if it was safe to do so,
isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah.
If it was, even if I couldn't, like, I can't travel to the UK, but like, even if we weren't in lockdown, if we were still on like the 0 cases sort of thing, I would be like, let's go to Sydney. Let's like go and get fleece and cricket and just about every time there's been like a little Go Fest or the Canto, there's been like a little pop up of cases in Sydney or a little something in Melbourne. So we can't like all get together sort of thing. And it's like, even if it's just you and 5 mates, like that's the spice. And it's going to be like another event where it's like, I can't even like go and walk down at the park with 10 people to play it sort of thing. I feel like that's definitely like the thing people have been missing is like the social, the face-to-face like bit, which is the fun bit. Like
totally different,
replaying the exact same event.
Yeah.
Replaying the same event is kind of like, is what it is. But if you're replaying the same event, but you've got some mates and a picnic, it's a bit more enticing, I think. Yeah.
Social interaction.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have fun with it though.
Yeah.
I hope it isn't raining.
That's the problem. It's going to be in October.
Listen, weather boosted Welmer.
Oh, fuck yes.
Woo!
Mark's like, I'm booking it.
Read the announcements like, make a splash this winter.
I'm gonna make the claim.
Say
For
hello.
the UK Safari Zone.
It's booked. It's booked.
Let's
Hashtag
face
not
it.
sponsored.
Even if it's raining in game, it'll say it's partly cloudy.
Yes,
So let's-
oh my God.
let's face it.
Dude, that tilts me so much when it's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Weather
cool, we've got
system.
our 2 days of fog, like thick, persistent fog, never get fog in game. And I'm like, just give me the fucking
Nah.
weather. Damn it. Or like, it's like windy as all hell, but it's also sunny. And it's like, guess which weather you're going to get in the game? And you're like, come on.
Raining.
Man. Like, please.
Completely the wrong one.
At least you guys can evolve your goomies, like without using the the incense.
That's something.
That's a plus
Every
point.
cloud. Every cloud.
Silver lining. Oh,
Gumi kind of looks like a cloud, doesn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah, so Zoe, it's really great having you on, and this leads quite neatly into this section because we obviously had a big unified message that went out across social media a few weeks ago, and I can't believe how long it's been actually since that happened. With this hashtag, God, I can't get my words out. This hashtag us Niantic here, was it Ian? Sorry, hashtag here us Niantic. We've been trying for the podcast to paint the picture with people that listen to it because obviously we joined the message as a podcast. You know, we wanted to get that message out, and I kind of tried to sort of show people that a little bit peek behind the curtain. You know, there was a nice group, everyone got together. You know, it was led really well, and it was all put together, and we were able to deliver the message, which was we were really pleased to do, and I spoke about that in a little bit of detail. And you know what, we've had a few people like really gone, oh, it's really cool, we didn't realise all that was going on behind it. And actually I just want to use this opportunity, as you're here now, and you were a real big driver, one of the people that were really involved in this. And how do you feel it's going now? We're sort of past the 1st of September now. We had a very quick response. We've had some very positive feedback. It looks like very two-way communication now coming back into the community off the back of the original message. Did you expect it to go this well? How do you think it can move on from here now? What do you think that could look like? You know, the motivation really at the beginning, you know, and I'll probably do them out of order, but, you know, it's really what got you to that point to, like, do that. And did you expect it to take off as well as it did? I think that might be quite a good starting point, really.
I guess so. With the starting, I don't know how many people were in that group chat at the start, but there was like a good chunk of creators. I think we had made it in the lead up to the Safari zones of stuff of being like, it's just this massive group chat on Twitter being like, oi, where's everyone going to be for, you know, safaris or Go Fest or whatever. Pretty sure it was Billy who kind of like it kicked things off with like, yo guys, we need to like do something about this. Like we should all come together and do something. And then like everyone's like in the chat responded like, yeah, good idea. Like, yes, we need to say something. And then it kind of just like was quiet for like a day. And I'm like, no one's done the, and here's the follow up. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going in. Let's go. I'm like kind of, you know, just jumped in and I was like, okay, so, you know, not trying to like take the reins or take over sort of thing, but it was just like, okay, we're all obviously want to do something, but no one's gone, here's a framework, let's start. So it's kind of like, you know, are we gonna, I guess we just started talking it out. Like, you know, we don't want to say necessarily like boycott the game because we don't want to cause more division. Like it's already, I guess, in a lot of ways upsetting thing because, you know, accessibility, safety, all these sorts of things were a part of it. So it's like, how can we communicate just clearly, plainly, politely, this is a shit idea. Here are the reasons why it was a good idea. Like, you know, showing the, rather than like doubling down on like the negative, kind of highlighting the positive things that were a result of having the radius, having the, you know, bonuses and things like that. And, you know, please keep those positive things and we can continue to evolve on those things. Yeah, I was the person that like penned the letter, then got feedback from everyone for, you know, wording, phrasing, different people grabbing different translations so we could, you know, format it for other languages, all that kind of jazz. I guess with like knowing how many people we had behind it, expected that it would get a bit of traction, but it was pretty crazy to see how much it blew up. Like in those first, like the first hour, it was like, oh my Lord, like, okay, like we're on a roll, like let's go. And that it was like trending so quickly as well was really cool to see. I probably didn't expect it to get that big that quick, I guess. Like I expected it to be like, cool, it's going to be on Niantic's radar, they can't really ignore it, but it was really cool to see just how quickly and like forcefully is kind of like exploded.
Yeah, number 2 worldwide. Yeah, it was like amazing.
Yeah.
So quick.
I agree with Billy saying that I feel like it's technically number 1 because like, oh, like that number 1 spot was
Taylor
paid
Swift
for.
is-
I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck Taylor
you know,
Swift.
it's from. Oh, I did not say that. But like you know, it's kind of like it's a
I'm just
sponsored
glad we don't have the
spot
Inside
sort of thing.
Me sound clip yet, because Ian would have been straight into that.
It might be in the edit. You don't know.
Yeah, but I think it's just one of those situations.
It could be Milo.
It's one of those situations where it's like it benefited everyone, it hurt no one. Like it's a very easy thing to get behind and be like, yeah, and like, you know, I think for a lot of people open up a perspective of, oh, I hadn't considered that, or I hadn't thought about that, like until you actually see it or read it firsthand. You're like, oh, like for you or where you are, you physically cannot play without this. Like I understand. It's like, you know, pretty easy to get behind, which is good. And then what was the first part of the question?
That's a good thing. Have you been encouraged by how it's going so far? It seems like they've got this team set up. I call it the Intergalactic Niantic support team, or whatever it's fucking called. But this amazing team that's been put together. But from my viewpoint, it looks like there seems to be real engagement now. There seems to be some thought put into what's coming back. Do you believe that that's really is what's going on in the background?
There's a lot of new people, like, or not like new as in they're like fresh recruits, but I mean new to me in terms of like interacting with certain people. Historically, like we've previously communicated or worked face to face with certain Niantic staff who we've like gotten familiar with, like met them at events and things like that. Again, everyone that I've ever met from Niantic has been super lovely on a human level, just like great people. There's now, I guess, new people involved with this task force that, I mean, on like a personal level, I have no idea. I can't really like, you know, except for what we've had a chat to like vibe check. But I also know that like, you know, Niantic Pokemon, it's a company sort of thing. So like as lovely and as wholesome as someone can be, they're still a company with deliverables and they still have to answer to a boss or to, you know, whatever it might be. So if someone from higher up is saying, well, no, we want X, Y, Z, like if they're not able to push back against that or to show, hey, here is a data set or whatever. So it's kind of like I am very hopeful, but at the same time, I'm also trying to be like realistic about it. I don't want to be like a buzzkill and be like, oh, nothing. I'm certainly not just being like a Debbie Downer sort of thing. For me, the proof will be in the pudding, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to see the result. I'm pleased that they've like acknowledged it. They've said it publicly. They've said to us, you know, we're saying this all publicly to have it be part of the accountability thing. Like if we say on our blog post, on Twitter, all that kind of jazz, that we're going to have regular catch-ups with the community members. We're going to have these developer insights every 2 months or whatever. I feel like that at the very least, like if they don't, you know, the community's got something to be like, oi, you said you were gonna and you didn't. And I think that's kind of going to be the thing that ultimately maybe keeps it in check, is if the community is like, cool, you said you did the thing and you did the thing, awesome, versus you said you're going to do the thing, you gaslit us and you didn't, like I'm out sort of thing. You can kind of like make that choice yourself. So I am hopeful. Like it has been very involved. There's been a lot of communication and I guess it's just kind of at that like, let's see point, because what they've done is that they've been talking about talking, which is cool. Like they've acknowledged it, they've said something, but they haven't, I guess, like we're kind of like waiting for that next step kind of thing. Like awesome, the distance is back. Awesome, thumbs up.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is we're going to do a thing. So we're waiting, I guess, to see the result of that thing. Yeah.
Zoe, as someone that's a part of the people communicating with the task force, being in sort of the Hear Us Niantic move, just kind of you being the middleman, let's say, among with others, how do you feel about the people that say, and I've seen a lot of it over the last, I'd say about actually nearly coming up to a week now, about people that say, you know, why is it YouTubers that are the ones in contact with the task force? What, you know, why is it them? I don't understand. You know, what do you say to those type of people? What's your opinion on people saying that, you know, that it shouldn't be YouTubers or people with followers or subscribers that should be the ones that are communicating our issues?
I'd say, first of all, there's more than just YouTubers involved as well. I'm not going to like name people's names if they don't want to say who, like that they are involved in the task force stuff. There's definitely people that aren't creators that are involved. And I've been in the sessions with those people as well. So first of all, there is a bit more diversity. Second of all, just on a functionality side of thing, there's just no way that it would streamline if it's just 40 random people hurling feedback sort of thing. There's no way that information would be streamlined, I guess, to Niantic. Like, we're kind of this weird funnel in a way where it's like, I guess, upside down funnel. I don't know. Like, at the top is like the audience, the base, the players, which is this massive, just like millions of people. It filters down to, you know, the people who comment on Reddits or comment on videos or get engaged with community stuff. And then us as creators, as YouTubers, whatever, see those comments, see that feedback. We're very much involved with the community, collect that feedback, and then it funnels even further down to the giving it to Niantic. And then where it goes from there, if they escalate it further, I don't know, you know, depending case by case. But I think it's more just a functionality thing. Like, they can have, literally anyone could, like, you know, tag Niantic and say XYZ opinion. Whether or not that goes anywhere.
And they do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and they do. But like, whether or not that actually gets actioned or something, I've got no clue. So it is just more of like a process thing. Like, if you've got a point of view and a feeling, like, I would say it's way more likely to get to them via a creator, via, you know, subreddits and things like that. Yeah.
No, the way, like I said, if anybody has that opinion and they're listening to this right now, like I said, you know, I've seen a lot of that, and I had to get involved in something. I saw someone say why, you know, YouTubers shouldn't be, you know, let's say involved with this task
force. Who should be then? What's the resolution? Like,
like you've just said, you know, to those people, that it's not just YouTubers involved, bro. There's more people than that. Yeah. And I actually got involved. Yes, I did protect the YouTube gang. Yes. I just sort of said, you know, I hear where you're coming from, but I think that a big percentage of YouTubers really care about this game and really want change and genuinely forget YouTube, forget any of that, forget the YouTube fame. They genuinely care about this game more than a lot of people do. And obviously there are some that obviously don't, but that's going to come with anything.
I think it's valid as well that, like, you know, there should, like, to their comment as well, like, yeah, there should be more diversity of, like, not just creators. As I said, there are people who aren't creators on there. It'd be great to see more who aren't, to have more diversity of opinions. But I think it's almost a functionality thing. Like, we've got contact with them already, so it's who they already know and have communicated with, and we have, like, massive amounts of, you know, community feedback that we can collate and provide, sort of thing.
So Zoe, going back to the interaction you had with Niantic, how did the feedback sessions actually work? And I appreciate you probably can't go into too much detail, but how did that actually work? How was it structured? What kind of went on during that meeting you had with
Pretty
them?
much it was like a couple of different sessions. So there was, depending on, like, time zones and all that kind of jazz, basically jumping on a big Zoom call with Niantic staff, people that were like the Niantic task force side of things, bunch of other creators and contributors. And then it was kind of like, you know, here's the outset, like, we've heard you guys, we want to get more feedback from you, like, let's just have a conversation. We were mostly targeting at the time the 80 meters thing and the communication side of things. So we just kind of like all took a turn to give some perspective on certain things, you know, more than what we could, you know, just specifically address in the letter, because there is a lot more than what was just in the letter. It's like, how do you keep it? And that letter's still pretty long. Explaining certain perspectives. One thing that I was giving to them was like, a Pokestop isn't exploration, you know? It's like, especially if we've already explored our backyard, you know, or our local city, we know it already. The Pokestops are a utility. They provide you with items and, you know, supplies to fuel your journey. Like, no one's ever gone, oh, I saw a Pokestop at midnight and ran out in my pajamas. Like, but sure as hell, if you see an unknown shadow on the map at midnight, you're going to run down the street in your pajamas. Like,
we've all done that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, everyone's got a story of seeing a shadow at like whatever o'clock and being like, oh, I'm in my jammies, it's a bit cheeky, you know. But like, that's the exploration bit, like, just kind of having this conversation about ways that would drive exploration that aren't tethered to the Pokestop thing. It's like, it's a tool, it's not a driving force sort of thing. Or like, hey, why is it that if I go to a bloody Woolworths car park, that's got more spawns than going down to the playground? Like, fix that. Like that, you know, all these sort of bits and pieces.
And that is true, isn't it? You go to a supermarket and the crazy spawns.
Yeah, it's like, it's filthy the amount of spawns that are there. It's like, I shouldn't be driving around a car park with my Go Plus on versus like actually going for a walk in a park or a nature strip or whatever it is. Like,
absolutely.
But yeah, it was very much like them listening, them taking that feedback, taking those notes. And then they followed up with us before the announcement, kind of like, hey, here's what we heard from you guys. Here's what we intend to action from that, which was what was announced publicly. And then, commitment to continual follow-up chats and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how the follow-ups and stuff go. I guess the main thing that I'm interested to see is what those topics end up being, what feedback gets actioned from what we give, sort of thing, additionally. But they were very, like, open to, like, just listening. They weren't, you know, snapping back, being like, oh, well, actually, it was just like, say all the things, we're going to note everything down and continue the conversation internally and with us as well. And yeah, I'd say very receptive.
Good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we'll probably get more spawns at supermarkets in the next 3 months.
Yeah. We heard them. More car park spawns.
Sponsored stops.
More wrong weather.
Woo! But yeah, I'm hopeful because there's like a lot of just awesome suggestions in terms of the exploration and getting out there sort of things that could be done. It's like, that bit's endless. Like, let's do more to encourage and incentivize the getting out rather than like penalize people to make them go out, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential, that segment, because the community can have some incredibly good and bright ideas. And finally, it seems that Niantic are actually being receptive in terms of listening and taking on board information. Fingers crossed. This is the start.
Can only hope, yeah.
This is the start. But
Yeah.
the main thing that I saw in there, I know obviously people on social media go like, the 1st of September announcement, oh, it's too short and it's not very specific. The main thing for that, what I saw, is they actually recognised the communication issue in black and white in writing. That's a huge step for a company to say like, okay, yeah, we've been crap at doing this, and we're going to put steps in place to make sure that we can try and change.
Yeah.
And we're only a couple of days in, but they do seem to be a little bit better with communication at the moment.
Even the fact that those announcements were pushed in game and not just on a Twitter post, like that's, I'm like, that's a,
Because not everyone has Twitter, as you and many people have said. Not everyone is on Twitter, so having something in game. I mean, we've always said that, you know, when they communicate issues and bugs through Niantic support, their Twitter, and it's like, well, not everybody follows that account, and then not everybody has Twitter, so it's just, it's a breakdown there automatically.
That was a point that was brought up like a lot as well. Was like, why aren't these things on the main Pokemon Go Twitter? Like, even just at a follower basis, like it's no one's following the support thing because we don't want to get a notification or see every time you respond to, hey trainer, have you tried restarting the, like, no one needs to see that in their feed, sort of thing.
Check
so
your
it's
connection.
Stable network.
And that leads us... any more questions? Because that leads us very nicely into the next section.
I was going to say, if that's not a segment, I don't know what it is.
Some say Niantic interns have second jobs as extras on The Walking Dead. And if one bites you, you too will become an intern. All we know is it's time for Milo in
Ask the Intern.
Whenever I hear that jingle,
Thanks,
I
Billy.
think that it sounds like like Ask the Intern. And I'm like, there's no K in the Ask the Intern.
Ask.
Ask the
Judging by
Intern.
what we read, they very well could be.
Like, ask
the intern. Love it.
That's the intern. Thanks, Billy.
Sorry, every time.
Right. I've got a couple of little fun ones, including one that we were actually tagged in for a couple of comments. So I'm going to read this one out first, which is nice. So, grunts have not been giving out components. I just received one, and it says 1 out of 6. This is the second grunt I've defeated today, and I've been defeating grunts for nearly 3 days and not getting any components. And no, I haven't got a single rocket radar in a couple of weeks. Niantic supporter replied saying, hello trainer, you won't be able to collect mysterious components if you have a rocket radar item in your item bag. If you do not have a rocket radar, please free up some bag space so you can receive one. To which a couple of threads happened, and then someone says, this is one for Ask the Intern.
Oh no.
Brilliant.
Beyond this point, it's going to become more of a ask the Twitter or ask the player base function, because some of the Twitter responses that people have been sending to the account are just blatantly stupid. There's no way around it.
Wild. Like sometimes it's like, okay, like what you said isn't false, but that's not what I asked, man. Like,
Yeah. So this player says, at Niantic Help, can you please explain to me what sense this makes? Please, what sense does this even make? I wasted an incense in order to not move forward. Love it, #not. And they put a screen grab of the misunderstood mischief research where it says Professor Willow is exploring blah, 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 blah. And yeah,
Is that me?
Niantic support have just...
Does it say yours faithfully, Casual Coops?
Do you know, it does.
Ian, do you know what? In my head, I was about to say from Ian Waterfall. You just got and you
Beat you to
literally,
you bastard.
yeah, you literally just got there.
It's scary how many people have actually tweeted this at Niantic saying, "Where's the next part of the research, you bastards?"
Honestly, though, I was out there at 10 a.m. Australia time, just like, cool, got my incense, blah, 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 and let's get ready for the next step. Oh, you see, I'm 10 minutes into this incense, and you're what?
Not today.
Oh, is there no next step?
Not yet, no,
no
save it
next
for
step?
Sunday.
Oh,
If you haven't,
okay, I was worried because I've not popped an incense,
do
so
it.
don't
Yeah,
don't
just
worry about that. Okay.
save it for
Do
Sunday.
it before the 5th, though, I think. If you don't complete the
what's
stage of the research, then you might lose it. I think that's what they say. You need to keep
hope
on top
not.
of the research. From what I read,
I don't see
I
how
think
they can do
because
that.
then the research,
So they're giving you like
yeah,
a page a week
or
type
so,
thing, right?
and then
Yeah.
if you don't complete one page,
Ah.
then it doesn't lead to the next research. That's what I read somewhere. Don't know whether that's true.
I don't know, because I know that the whole research for certain things, like if you don't log in on like a Alolan Meowth day, if you don't log in, you won't get it sort of thing on that day. But I can't imagine them just saying, oh, if that's going to be like if you missed the Sunday, surely not.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, it's like that bandana Pikachu holding a gun to your head, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, we'll see, I guess.
Flick knife.
Do
Flick
not pass
knife.
go.
Anyway, basically Niantic responded to this player basically just by linking them the Welcome to the Season of Mischief page and said like, "Hi there, the special research will be a season-long story, blah, 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 blah. Here you go."
Yeah, I know that.
And the final one, guys, it's a lovely little bug, which actually I think this is good. This is a player notifying Niantic of a bug. At Niantic Help, I believe there is an issue with Gengar in gym battles. It's Gengar taking on a slacking for clearly the recommended being broken. And it's basically just completely clear background. There's like the sky and there's no gym graphics or anything at all. It's a great image. Very, very lovely.
Cool.
It's like they're on cloud 9.
Sky Battle.
Yeah, basically they've just gone, "Thanks for flagging, trainer. Please reset the app and refresh your game data and ensure Adventure Sync is enabled."
What?
The bots
my
have gone
word.
wild on that reply.
So
haven't
stand on one leg and juggle oranges.
Yeah.
That will help.
Make a sacrifice under the Southern Cross. And
they? Yeah, wave your phone in the air.
But there we go.
Oh my
That
God.
is Ask the Intern for this week. Or Ask the Intern.
ask the intern.
Can we get...
Ask
we
the
need to
Intern.
rename the
Ask the
segment now.
We'll have the ask the, then we'll have Ian's insert here. No, what was it?
Inside
What was it?
me.
Inside me. Whatever it was.
Ask the intern inside.
Anyway,
Inside me.
Wait. Oh no. Oh no.
or Pikachu with the night. Anyway, Ian, over to my favourite segment. It's Shinies of the Week. Shinies of the Week. Zoe, this is over to you. Zoe has got the tweets
I
for this
do.
week. So take it away.
We've
Take it
got
away.
Jamal coming in with at Incensed Podcast. Gents, just flipped on the show, not even 10 minutes in, and bam! Casual Coops is still the man, just saying. I feel like you took that screenshot. But Jamal has got a... Whoa, Shundo, Jesus. Okay, settle down. Was that Shundo or is that just a Hundo? Hundo Timpole? No, Hundo. Okay, I had to click into it. Hundo.
Hundo Timpole, okay.
Hundo.
Hundo Timpole, let's go. Look out.
Is that
Congratulations.
a PvP one?
Absolutely, yeah. That's max it out. Level 50, but keep it Timpole. Level 50
Yes,
Timpole.
level 50 Timpole.
Yeah. Or Palpitoad, but no, not beyond that, because that final one is
Freaky.
Seismitoad, man.
It's good for Great League.
Shut the fuck up, Coops.
We've got
You bastard.
hello, is this James R? James Rcop or James Scrop? James, hello. Or Jam. At Incensed Podcast, hashtag Shinies of the Week. Just found you guys going back and listening to all your old episodes in order to get up to date. Nice. On episode 11 and managed to snag my first ever shiny Shadow. Venat off an Arlo battle. Keep up the awesome work. Nice.
Nice.
That's
Very nice.
beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, evolve that thing,
Congratulations.
man. Shadow Venomoth looks wicked. Do it.
Great League.
That's sick.
No.
I
Milo,
mean,
what's wrong with you tonight?
I'm just saying everything's PvP.
Silver Wind.
And purify it.
you do you. I'm not going to judge people that purify it.
And it's always the same question, isn't it, on Twitter? You always see it, don't you? Someone sends a shot of the shadow and they go, it's 98% shadow,
I
but
do
do
it?
I purify it?
Crisis ensues. Poll is split 50-50.
Are we doing, sorry, sorry. Are we doing
Now we've
the
got one more
poll?
shiny first, and then we've got the last shiny is Gabriella coming in with a big flex. Just as I was about to check that Remoraid, my gotcha caught it first, and it turned out to be a freaking shiny Ditto star eyes emoji. Let's go. Bloody
Nice.
shiny
Nice.
Ditto is freaking beautiful. Top 10
Amazing.
shinies, easy. Yeah. Congratulations.
It's cool though that you got the animation because I just quick catch everything, so I don't know how I'd
Yeah.
ever see the
It
animation.
would just appear in your storage, mate.
So that's cool.
That's
that
all. You just have it there.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, no, that's what.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was. Yeah. I think it's cool that you
Yeah.
actually see the
Oh, yeah.
animation, like because that's
Just stop
rare.
quick catching.
Yeah, I will never stop. If I stop
know.
quick catching, I'd stop
I'll just
playing the
try
game.
and consciously have to remember the 10 Pokemon that it can be, and then I'd still ruin it for myself by quick catching it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
Nice.
Zoe.
No
Come on
worries.
then, Mark. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's just get this out of the way.
Well, my phone's died
Oh.
on me, believe it or not.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but we've got the results, and it was a little bit cheeky, the questioning on it. What was it? Would the podcast miss Coops?
Would our podcast be lost without the boy Coops? Exclamation, question
Oh, there we
mark.
go. Without the
Wait, Ian, I'm voting
No,
now.
you can't. It's closed. Mark going to put it on for an hour.
Done.
Oh,
done for this reason, an hour in. Ian, read the results out, my
unless
friend.
Zoe has them, I just need to get onto the poll.
Yeah, I can. I don't want to steal you.
Yeah, go for it, Zoe.
Go for it,
Would our
Zoe.
podcast be lost without the boy Coops? Majority percentage, 53.7, is... Who's Coops?
Close though.
That's pretty close.
Like you said,
Yeah,
Zoe, it'd be close.
53.7.
I know, I'm telling you. One more vote would have probably tipped that. Yeah.
You did say
See,
50.
I should have got my vote in. God damn it, I knew it. I should have got my...
Why are your panties in such a twist?
Oh. Funniest moment.
Oh my god.
Or Coops, we could say.
That's just unfortunate.
No, that one doesn't work. I like the panties in a twist one. That's my favourite. That's definitely...
I was waiting for Coops to go. Can I soundbite it?
Hey, can you do the Mark, the Coopsy. Yeah. That's my favourite. But anyway, Zoe, just to wrap this up here, because this has obviously been a long one, and gosh, I feel like someone's going to crack a sex joke. But this has been a long one. But we thank you so much for joining us, and just in case, for some random reason, nobody knows who you are that's listening, please do. Where can anybody find you? What's your Twitch? What's your YouTube? Yeah, just tell everybody where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much if you just type in ZoëTwoDots, ZoëTwoDots, to like any platform, you're probably going to find me. I'm the obnoxious Australian with that handle, so not too hard to miss. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all that kind of jazz. Come and hang out.
At ZoëTwoDots.
Appreciate you guys having me on as well.
No, we've loved it.
No, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
It's been fantastic.
Would you join us again someday?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Verbal contract.
Yeah.
Has been... The bond is sealed.
You'll have to see if you can get anyone from Niantic to come on one week. See if you can do that for us.
Do it. Let's do
my
it.
God.
Make it happen.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? That would be jokes.
I think hell will freeze over.
But once again, thank you so much for coming on, and we really appreciate your time. So over to you for the outro.
All right, I'm just going to go from the top of the dome. Let's go. Oh, no, that's what she said. Please follow the podcast if you haven't already and give it a 5-star review. No, I'm joking. But do, actually, give it a 5-star review because why not? What are you doing? You've listened for this long. Do it. Yeah, and on that bombshell, we'll catch you guys next week. Have fun. Stay safe. Party hard.
I choose you!